The air in our living room felt too still, as if the walls themselves held their breath. I stood frozen, staring at the phone screen in my hand. My wife's phone, left carelessly on the counter. A single text glowed in the dim light. "Last night was everything. When can I see you again?" My heart lurched, a jagged pulse that drowned out the distant hum of the refrigerator. I read it again, willing the words to rearrange into something innocent, something that wouldn't unravel 17 years of marriage in a single breath. The clock on the mantel ticked too loudly, each second a hammer against my skull. Sarah was upstairs, humming softly in the shower, oblivious to the bomb ticking in my hands. I'd only picked up her phone to check the time. Mine was charging in the bedroom, but the notification had flashed, unprompted, like a confession demanding to be seen. I swiped, expecting a password screen, but it opened. She'd turned off the lock. Careless. Or maybe deliberate, like she wanted me to find it. The sender's name was Dr. Ellis. Her therapist. The one she'd been seeing since the divorce scare last spring, when she'd sat me down and said she felt lost in herself. I'd nodded, supportive, desperate to keep her close. Dr. Ellis had suggested she explore her individuality, maybe even open the marriage slightly, to rediscover her spark. I'd laughed it off then, thinking it was just therapist jargon, a passing phase. Sarah had laughed too, her green eyes crinkling as she promised it was just talk. But the text stared back at me now, undeniable. "Last night." I scrolled up, my thumb trembling. The thread was short but damning. "Meet me at the hotel bar. 8 p.m. Sent yesterday, when she'd told me she was grabbing drinks with her book club. My chest tightened, air thinning like I was drowning in place. Another message from her. "I shouldn't, but I want to." My knees buckled. I gripped the counter, the cold granite biting into my palms. The shower stopped. Her humming lingered, a soft melody that now felt like a stranger's song. I set the phone down exactly where I'd found it, my hands shaking as if I'd touched something radioactive. My mind raced, stitching together fragments I'd ignored. The late nights she'd blamed on work. The new perfume, sharp and unfamiliar, that clung to her coat. The way she'd started locking her phone, until tonight apparently. Each memory was a pinprick, small but bleeding. "Ben." Her voice floated down the stairs, light and warm, like nothing was wrong. "You still up?" I swallowed the bile in my throat. "Yeah," I called back, my voice steady despite the storm inside. "Just grabbing water." She appeared minutes later, wrapped in a towel, her damp hair curling against her shoulders. She looked so familiar, so mine, that for a moment I doubted what I'd seen. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. A friend she'd confided in, mislabeled as Dr. Ellis for privacy. My brain scrambled for excuses, anything to keep the world from tilting. "You okay?" she asked, tilting her head. Her eyes searched mine, and I wondered if she saw the fracture in my gaze. "You look pale." "Just tired," I lied, forcing a smile. "Long day." She nodded, but her fingers lingered on the phone as she picked it up. A fleeting hesitation that sliced through my doubt. She knew. She knew I might have seen it. The air thickened, charged with unspoken questions. "Book club was fun last night?" I asked, keeping my tone casual, testing the waters. Her smile flickered, just for a second. "Oh yeah. Same old gossip. You know how it is." She turned toward the fridge, avoiding my eyes. "Want some tea?" "No thanks." My voice was too sharp, and she glanced back, brow furrowing. I softened it. "I'm good." That night, I lay beside her in bed, her breathing slow and even, while my mind churned. I replayed every moment of the past year. The way she'd started dressing differently, bolder, like she was auditioning for a life I wasn't part of. The therapy sessions she'd come back from, glowing with a confidence I hadn't seen in years. I'd been proud of her, thinking she was healing. Now each memory felt like a betrayal, a clue I'd been too blind to see. By morning I couldn't stand it. While she was out for her run, I dug deeper. Her laptop was open on the kitchen table, logged into her email. I hesitated, guilt clawing at me, but the text shadow loomed too large. I searched Ellis. An email thread appeared, buried in a folder labeled work. Not her therapist. A man named Ethan Ellis, a colleague from her firm. The emails were careful, professional on the surface, but laced with subtext. Can't stop thinking about our coffee break. That meeting was torture, sitting so close and not touching. My stomach churned. I clicked out, slamming the laptop shut as if it could erase what I'd read. But the truth was a stain, spreading fast. She'd lied about therapy, about book club, about us. When she came back, sweaty and breathless, I was waiting in the kitchen. The phone sat between us like a loaded gun. "Ben, what's wrong?" she asked, her voice tight, sensing the shift. I slid the phone toward her. "Who's Dr. Ellis?" Her face drained of color, but she didn't flinch. "My therapist. You know that." "Don't," I said, my voice low, trembling with rage and hurt. "I saw the texts, Sarah. I saw the emails. Ethan Ellis isn't your therapist." Her lips parted, but no words came. For the first time in years, I saw her stripped bare, not of clothes but of pretense. Her eyes glistened, not with guilt, but with something fiercer. Defiance. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered finally. "I was lost. You were so busy with work, with everything. I felt invisible." "So you cheated?" The word tasted like ash. "You lied to my face for months?" "It wasn't months," she said too quickly. "It was just a moment. A mistake." "A mistake?" I laughed, bitter and hollow. "You planned it. You met him at a hotel. You wanted it." She flinched, tears spilling now. "I didn't know how to tell you. I still love you, Ben. I just needed to feel alive." Her words were a knife, twisting deeper. I wanted to scream, to shake her, to beg her to take it back. But the truth was out, raw and ugly, and no amount of love could unmake it. "I trusted you," I said, my voice breaking. "I trusted us." She reached for me, but I stepped back, the space between us a chasm. "I'm sorry," she sobbed. "I'll end it. I'll do anything." I stared at her, the woman I'd built my life around, now a stranger wearing her face. The room spun, the walls closing in. I grabbed my keys and walked out, her cries echoing behind me. The driveway was cold, the night air biting, but I kept moving, unsure where I was going, only knowing I couldn't stay. As I drove into the dark, one thought haunted me. She'd wanted to be found. The unlocked phone. The careless lies. She'd wanted me to know, to force her hand. And that hurt more than the betrayal itself, because it meant she'd already let go of us, long before I did.